Hello everyone, it's Suneve, and I'm coming to you with You'll Learn to Love Me, a Yandere Masky X-Reader by FluffyWubs. We're going to be starting off with Chapter 11. I didn't tell Emma what had happened. In fact, I didn't tell anyone. I did just as I was told, just to spare me a few more days of life. Apparently, Emma came to my apartment because she was worried about me, since I didn't reply to any of her messages or calls. It's nice knowing somebody cares. She stayed by my side for a couple more hours before she finally left to go back to her home. She even locked the door for me, just so I wouldn't have to get out of bed. How sweet. For the rest of the night, I couldn't sleep no matter how much I tried, I just couldn't. From being so sleep deprived, I wasn't even certain about what had happened a few hours ago was a dream or not. I tried to convince myself it was, but deep down I know it's all reality. I still can't believe it. It can't be Tim. That wasn't him. I didn't want to believe it, but part of me told me that the person who has been hiding behind the mask for Lord knows how long is definitely Tim. But should I even believe it? For all I know, Tim might have gotten his phone stolen. A sudden buzz from my nightstand almost made me jump out of my skin. My phone was vibrating. It kept buzzing nonstop, which meant only that someone was calling me. Cautiously, I grabbed my phone in my hands. Upon seeing who was calling me, I felt my heart drop. Tim was calling me. Should I pick up? Who would be at the other side of the line? Would it be really Tim or the masked murderer? It could be 2 in 1. I'm not taking any chances. I placed my phone back onto my lap and watched as my phone keeps on vibrating. After 2 or 3 more rings, it stopped. I subconsciously released a breath of relief. I don't know what to think anymore. My phone suddenly receives a message, causing another vibration to erupt from it. I looked down at my screen, eyeing the notification that had just popped up. Are you okay? Why would he be asking me that? Am I really supposed to be okay when I don't even know if my boyfriend is a killer or not? I wasn't even thinking about responding to him, but another message rolled in. Please answer me. This felt like some sort of deja vu. When did I get messages one after another? Oh, right, with Nathan. Should I even answer? Will he kill me if I don't? I won't be surprised if he suddenly turns on me and solders me. I might as well stay on the low. Just pretend you don't know anything. Besides, I'm not even 100% sure if who I saw was actually Tim or not. I grabbed my phone and sighed, shakily tapping my fingers on the screen. I'm okay. Why do you ask? A second later, a message popped up. I was worried you'd usually be awake at this hour, but you weren't answering my call. I'm sorry, were you asleep? Even through the messages, he still seemed like his usual sweet self. What if it was all an act? Hell, I guess I have to keep up my act too then. Yeah, sorry for worrying you, Tim. Heart? It doesn't feel the same, not anymore. No need to apologize, I'm the one who woke you up after all. Anyways, I can swing by your place later if you're still up to it. Shit, I thought. No, you thought. I don't want him to come here. I don't want to be near him. I felt myself build up with anxiety as I kept rereading his message. Should I tell him something came up? What if he'd kill me for this? I feel like if I deny what he wants, he won't hesitate on killing me, and then I guess I have no other choice. Sure, I look forward to it. Is 5:30 p.m. a good time for you? A minute passed and another message popped up. I'll try to make it by then. See you later, Ryan. Sweet dreams. Heart. I let out a quivering sigh, shakily switching off my phone. How do I know if it's really him? How do I know if it's the same person that broke into my home twice and the person that killed my former boyfriend? I placed my phone back on my nightstand and lay back down. It was still dark outside, so I assumed it was still early in the morning. I still don't feel like sleeping. How can I sleep after all that? I guess I'll just have to try. My body will give up from the lack of sleep sooner or later anyways. I peacefully woke up after a decent amount of sleeping hours. I didn't feel well rested and felt like I could sleep more, but at the same time, I couldn't fall back to sleep. Groggily, I extend my arm out to my nightstand and blindly pat its surface to find my phone. Once I feel the cold screen of my phone, I grab it onto my hand and pull it over to me. I bury myself deep in my covers and turn on my phone only to find out that I have received 2 messages. Good morning, sunshine. Heart. Another was sent a few hours after that one. I'll be there in an hour or so. See you then. This one was just sent an hour ago. Wait, how late was it? I totally forgot to look at the time. I look at the top of my screen only to realize that it was already 4:45 p.m. My heart suddenly raced as I threw the covers off my body. I got less than an hour. I don't know how I feel about him coming over now. Like, scared? Anxious? Should I even bother looking decent? What if he's expecting me to look decent? Oh God, I better get something quick. I dropped my phone on my bed and rushed to my closet, flinging the doors open. Does he want anything appealing? Why am I so worried about him? Do I need to stop being so paranoid? Of course he won't kill me. If I deny something he wants, he's Tim. He wouldn't harm me. But what if Tim is actually the killer? Gosh, just stop worrying, Ryan. I decided to grab a random sweater and some pants that I had laying around in my closet. Quickly stripping out of my pajamas, I proceed to put on the clothes I picked out before rushing to the bathroom. No worries, I have enough time to brush my teeth and have breakfast if I just hurry up. Just as I was finishing up my toast, I could hear my phone ringing from my bedroom. I stand up and clap my hands together, getting rid of any crumbles that were stuck in my palms before rushing over to my room. I grab my phone, which I had left in my bed, and look at the caller. Emma? Why would she be calling me? I pick up the call and press my phone to my ear. Hello? I call out. Liane, are you going to the next phase with your boyfriend? Her voice was high-pitched, which only meant she was excited and sounded eager to get an answer. How does she know? I was flabbergasted at how she called me just to ask me that. How do you know? I questioned nervously. I could hear Emma giggle on the other side of the line. I saw Tim pass by my house, and there's only one reason he would be around here. Emma's voice sounded sly. I swallowed nervously. He's close, but wait, I didn't give him my address. I mean, sure, he knows my complex from all the times we walked together, but he doesn't know my exact floor nor number. The only way he could possibly know is if he's really the one known as Masky. Yeah, he's coming over, I stammered shakily, swallowing back a lump in my throat. Wow, you sound nervous. I see where this is going. Good luck, Liane. Emma giggled once more before the line went dead. Oh, good God. If Tim manages to find his way to my exact location, then I'll know for sure. I'll know for sure that he's the one that broke into my house multiple times and killed my former boyfriend. My phone buzzes in my hand, almost making me jump out of my skin. My heart was thumping as I looked at the screen, only to realize that I had received a message. I'll be there in 5 minutes. Hope you don't mind me coming a bit early. I felt nervous and anxious and even nauseous. I can't believe I'm actually allowing a murderer inside my home. My hands are already shaking as I slowly make my way back towards my dining table. How could I have been so blind? Why didn't I realize sooner? I could have gotten out of this mess earlier if I wasn't so naive. I placed my phone on the table and grabbed the plate I was eating the toast in, proceeding to drop it into the sink. I'll wash that later. I grabbed my phone once more and anxiously watched the time. It's only 5:10 p.m. A bit early might be an overstatement. Just as I was ready to calm myself down, the doorbell rings. I almost dropped my phone from a sudden scare. I hastily hurry over to the door when I had my intercom phone hanging on the wall. This is so I could obviously hear who was ringing my bell. I pick up the phone and hold it at my ear. Hello? I ask as casual as possible. I don't want him finding out I'm the slightest bit nervous. Hey, Liane. Hold on, that voice does not belong to Tim. Mind if I come in? I need to talk to you. I'm more surprised than confused. Dylan? I questioned in bewilderment. He's still around? I figured he'd be gone already. Yeah, Dylan's voice responds from the other side of the line. How do you even find my address? I'll open the door for you. 1 second. I hang up the phone and press the button that allows the front door of the complex to open. I have already opened up my actual door in front of me just so I could be ready to greet Dylan, and after a minute or two, I noticed the elevator door is suddenly open. Dylan steps out, looking formal as usual. He casually stepped out of the elevator, straightening the tie around his neck before spotting me. He gave me a greeting smile. How'd you find my address? I ask. Dylan hums as he makes his way towards the door. I asked the receptionist at work. He responded rather blunt as I step aside to let him in. He thanks me in a soft voice as he enters my apartment. Well, he wasn't really the person I was expecting. To take a seat if you want. Do you maybe want anything? I fumble with my fingers as I stumble over my words, and Dylan takes a seat on my couch and shakes his head as I follow his actions and take a seat on the opposite side of him. Thank you, but no. I'm just here to ask you a few things, Dylan states. I get that, but I trail off, lightly clutching the bottom of my shirt from nervousness. Why? I finish, giving him a questioning yet curious look. Dylan relaxes his back on the rest of the couch and crosses his arms over his chest. I'm curious. I'm doing a report on the sudden disappearances of people at work. Do you have any idea on what happened to them? He asked nonchalantly, as if it were a completely normal question. Again, why me? Am I really that suspicious? I mean, maybe I should just answer the questions to be on the safe side. Well, I stammer. From what I know from the news, they are usually never found again, but sometimes their corpses are found, somewhere in the woods, I think. I answer unsure, and Dylan keeps his piercing gaze on me and hums in understanding. Another thing, Dylan adds and folds his hands together on his lap. From what I've heard, the disappearances are usually the people who seem to bond with you. Is that correct? He asks. At this point, my body becomes tense. I can feel the blood rush to my cheeks, and I was about ready to have a panicked breakdown. How does he know? How can he possibly know? I don't know what to say and just sit there silently, my eyes wide from surprise and my hands slightly trembling. I didn't dare to speak. I don't. Even if I tried, it just came out as a sputtering mess. My doorbell suddenly rings, making me jump, and I hastily stand up and clear my throat. I'll go get that. I'm going to go get that. I stammer, rushing over to the intercom phone. I grab onto the phone with shaky hands. Hello? I repeat the same thing I say every time I pick up the phone. Hey, Ryan, it's Tim. My breath hitches in my throat. Oh, God, not a good time. Tim, hey, I'll open the door for you. I reply before practically smashing the phone back onto the intercom. With a click of a button, I open the main door again. This is not good at all. What would Tim think if he sees Dylan here? Will he kill me? Ditch me? God, why am I thinking all of these things? I turned to Dylan, who was curiously peering over the couch with an arm around the backrest of it. It's, my boyfriend's coming over. I said, or not sure what else to say. It didn't feel right to call Tim my boyfriend anymore. Dylan stands up from a spot. No matter, I won't intervene for now. Is it okay if I call you later? Dylan asks as he grabs a pen from one of his pockets and then proceeds to tap his other pockets with his hands until he finds a small notebook. Sure. I hesitantly nod as Dylan flips open a small notebook and scribbles something on the paper. I watch as he rips off the paper on which he wrote something and hands it to me. I grab the paper into my hands and realize that what was scribbled on was his phone number. Just so you'll recognize it when I call you. Also, in case anything happens, Dylan states firmly. I'm not sure if I want him to leave now. I don't know how I feel about being alone with Tim. A knock on my door snaps me out of my thoughts. Well, I guess that's my cue to leave. Dylan straightens his suit as he follows me to the door. I suck in a quick breath before opening the door, revealing a casual Tim with his hands in his pockets. His gaze doesn't even meet mine. His eyes just immediately travels to the person standing behind me, which is Dylan. I'll see you around, Ryan. Dylan rubs my shoulder as a goodbye before he squeezes his way past Tim. Tim keeps his gaze pinned on Dylan as he enters the elevator. His eyes were narrowed and his eyebrows were stitched together as Dylan disappears into the elevator. Tim didn't remove his eyes from the elevator until I cleared my throat, catching his attention. Tim sheepishly smiles, rubbing the back of his neck. Sorry, I was spacing out, he states softly. No worries. Come in. I step aside, allowing Tim to enter my home, and I don't know what to do. There's a possible killer inside my home, and just thinking about it makes my heart thump loudly against my chest. I slowly shut my door after Tim enters. Make yourself at home. Do you want anything? I stammer along with a nervous smile. No thanks, I'm fine. Tim beams. He is nowhere near to acting or looking like a killer. He's just his usual sweet self. It has to be an act. It has to. Don't let him fool you, YN. Stay alert. Are you sure? I can get you something if... I didn't even realize I was rambling until Tim placed a comforting hand on my shoulder. I flinch from the sudden contact as Tim flashes at me his usual smile. You sound very nervous. Don't go over the top trying to make me feel at home, okay? Relax yourself. This doesn't sound like something a killer would say. I wasn't really sure of what to say. What am I supposed to do? This would be going smoothly if I weren't so paranoid about Tim being a killer. Come on, Ryan, get that out of your head. I don't know why, but I was shaking. My hands were trembling by my sides. Am I nervous? Scared? Frustrated? Tim took notice of this and lightly placed both of his hands on the sides of my face, reassuringly rubbing his thumbs over my cheeks. Relax. There's no need to be nervous. Tim places a soft kiss on my forehead that just blew all my worries away. I take in a deep breath and let out a brief laugh. I'm sorry. I trail off, unsure of what to say as Tim slowly releases his comforting grip from me. I guess I'm just feeling a bit anxious, I admit. Tim simply grins and wraps his arm around my shoulder. Don't fear. Come on, how about we put on a movie? I know a good one. That is the end of that chapter. Let me know what you guys think about that, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until next time, bye-bye!